Here's one way to tell whether your friends are actually supportive, helpful people in your life, or if they're accidental enemies, even if you actually do like them. I actually got this idea from Alex Hormozy, where he says one way to judge whether a friend is actually supportive or not in a fundamental, like practical sense, is you look at one of your friends and then you ask yourself whether this person increases or decreases your likelihood of getting to your goals and the things that you find meaningful in your life. So do they help me get to where I want to go? Do they help me walk the direction and path that I want to walk or not? And in a way, it sounds a little bit harsh because you're judging them in a seemingly pragmatic and transactional method, but it's not even a moral judgment of their character. It's not saying this is like their value of a human being or whether or not you should respect them just because they either help or don't help you towards your goals. It's more so just about alignment, right? We're not judging on their morality and their value as a human being. We're just judging on their alignment towards the path that you want to walk. So yes, it's not really nice in the standard sense, but it is necessary and kind, compassionate in the long run, because otherwise it would be unfair to the both of you if you are both, decreasing each other's likelihood of success towards your own respective goals. Like that's a shit relationship. And doubling down on that nice versus kind kind of argument here, increasing the chances of success doesn't necessarily mean they have to be nice and supportive on the surface level for your goals or what you're working on or just anything you say. It's not like they have to be yes men, and it's not like they have to just be, fake nice in a way on the superficial, outward facing aspects of what you want to do. It's more that they are actually moving you towards your goals, even if it sucks for you in the moment. That's being kind, right? That's like truly supportive friend is someone who might push back against you, who might challenge you, who might fucking hold you to accountability and responsibility and not let you get away and slip up on things, who will be the gym partner who's training next to you and shouting for you to fucking go one more rep even though you're trying to give up. That is being truly supportive towards your goal because it's increasing your likelihood of getting there. They are reinforcing that. They are holding you to that path. Put simply, you want people who are more inclined to be respectful to your character and your potential and your goals, rather than just being nice to your face. Obviously, this can apply to everyone, but it's especially true for male friendships as well. You want one of the guys who can call out your bullshit excuses, who can swat away your momentary weaknesses to actually push you towards a goal that you said and that they believe you can achieve. Right? That's the thing. It's not out of spite. It's not out of aggressive male competition. It's more out of true love and respect for you, care for you. Just yesterday, one of my friends is sending me a message saying how's the backlog going for the videos? And I'm like, fuck, shit. I don't want to see this on a Saturday night. I just want to be relaxing. But it is a wake-up call for me because actually the backlog's going pretty good. I've got a couple of videos there, but it's also a reminder that means I haven't been editing enough. I haven't been producing enough new stuff and editing timely and then posting more videos. It's a reminder for me. He's holding me accountable, not by pressing me super hard, but just checking up on me, reminding me, challenging me in a loving way. Because he believes what I'm doing is important and he thinks that I can make a difference. And I just wanted to talk specifically about how friends are increasing or decreasing your likelihood of success. Two different ways that they do that. One is active or direct support towards your goals. And what I mean is this is someone who has specifically the skills that can help you get towards your particular pursuit. So it's easier with an example. For instance, one of my friends right now is helping because he's been bodybuilding and into fitness for a really long time. He's helping me, coach me through a training program to reach my physical goals. So he is actively, directly engaging with me onto this particular goal and therefore greatly increasing my likelihood of success with knowledge, with accountability, with actions and tasks for me to actually do. So that's active direct support. It's the most obvious one and it's also the easiest one to witness and understand. But then equally or maybe even more valuable is passive or indirect support. And it's easier to understand with an example. Maybe 2 years ago, I said this line to my closest friend. I said, knowing you exist makes me want to be a better man. Knowing he's out there, knowing what he does, the struggles he has overcome, the way he conducts himself, the way he shows up for his family, his friends, for his work, and for his disciplines, for his fucking, like, he never misses a rehab workout kind of thing. You know, small ways that he shows up, knowing that he's doing that, he's out there, he's so similar to me, and yet he's doing all of these things. That inspires me to do better myself, and that proves to me that I can work on it as well. I can be a better man as well. He's right there. He's living evidence that I should be able to, like, we can work towards our goals together. That's a power of the indirect passive support, where he is not directly engaging with my pursuit to help me along with it. He's just engaging in his pursuits. Although, like, our paths are pretty parallel, we're both aiming towards the similar types of men, similar types of people that we want to become, but in very different particular, like, areas and domains of specialty. But knowing he exists makes me want to be a better man, and that is the constant passive, it's like passive income in a way. He's giving me value and inspiration regardless of essentially like where he is. Like, I don't even talk to them that often on a day-to-day basis, but it's just more so the knowledge that he's so similar to me. He's got his own struggles too because I'm so close to him, right? Like, the difference there is, it's not just a public figure or something. Like, I really see him in his day-to-day life. It's like narcissism of small differences. I actually understand his perspective, and therefore when he's doing better than me, I can't blame it on any other circumstance. Like, it's understandable. It is within reach in a way. And that is a different type of inspiring than someone who's very different to you. That's a side tangent. But all of this line that I said to him actually came from, like, the inspiration for me. It's not a new idea at all, but the inspiration actually came from a joke that I saw on it was a comment on a David Goggins video, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I saw that someone wrote, like, no matter what time zone you're in, no matter where in the fuck in the world you're in, if you are running or if you're putting in the work, there's a pretty high probability that David Goggins on the other side of the world is still also running. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like 4 a.m. or 11 p.m. for him. Like, he's probably still running. The chances are actually pretty high. So anywhere you are in the world, the knowledge that David Goggins exists, that he's probably out there working right now, is fuel for us to keep going, because he's out there, he's doing it, he's proof that it can be done. And also, secondly, like, you're not alone. You're not. I was out, this was maybe 2 or 3 years ago as well. I was out on a run at like almost 11 p.m, 10:30, 10:45 p.m. at night, just angry, fucking, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was really, really angry. So I went out to run, and the comment just came back up into my head. David Goggins is probably out there, like, right now, running. It's me and him. I'm never alone in this pursuit anymore. I'm never alone in my suffering and struggle and my hard work and discipline, even when there's no results to show for it just yet. I know he's out there. He's almost like the spirit of the grind, embodied, right? And so your friends, in a smaller way, in a smaller but closer way to you, because David Goggins is like a massive, like, symbol at this point, right? Whether things about him are true or not doesn't even matter. He's the symbol of hustle and grind, essentially, of pulling yourself out of the shittest situation imaginable with, like, sheer will and broken bones. Doesn't matter. But he's a large symbol but far away, whereas your friends can be smaller, much smaller symbols, but much closer to home and much more similar to you by proxy, by sheer fact that they're your friend. Like, you have to have shared some kind of geographic, demographic, fucking financial, social, economical similarities for you guys to end up in in a space similar enough for your paths to intersect, if that makes sense. So that's what I mean by passive or indirect support. It is such a smaller, It's a much smaller but much closer signal, therefore it is so much stronger at the same time. It's like having the sun, but a tiny version, but right next to your face. So that's the two ways that friends can increase or decrease your likelihood of success, right? Actively or passively pushing you towards your goals. Another related idea on this is thinking about friends as like whether they add or detract energy from your life. This is kind of like the introvert and extrovert distinction, where very broadly, very generally, an introvert is someone who recharges their energy or regains energy more so on their own most of the time. Like they need alone time to recharge energy and then go out and face things in the world. Whereas extroverts, generally, most of the time, can recharge a lot more around people. They need people. Being alone drains away their energy and they feel more and more like isolated and tired. That's more broad strokes. But if we think about it more specifically in a smaller scale, you can think about it on a relationship scale, is how I consider it. Like which relationships, which friendships, which individual people give you more or less energy? Which ones add to your life and which ones take away from your life in terms of your energy and willingness and positivity and like a stress-free good life, right? Or your motivation to move forward. And I know this one sounds really fucking obvious, but the whole point of why I'm making this distinction and adding it to the criteria of supportive or not supportive friend towards your goals is because some people may be really supportive towards your goals in a sense that they can give you skills or resources or something. And you might even really like them, but maybe they're still for some reason draining to your energy. Maybe they still leave you stressed, fucking like brings drama into your life or brings negativity, too much negativity into your life or something. Maybe you feel like you have to pretend around them. Maybe you feel like you're putting on a show for them or trying to impress them too much or feeling judged by them or something. Some people might tick every other box and you still like them in a way, but they drain your energy away, which then you have to decide for yourself whether or not that's net positive or net negative. Again, this is transactional, but it is in a way trying to be fair to both you and them, right? To know whether or not you should be in this relationship, this friendship. Does all the positive utility outweigh the energy drain on your entire life? Even if they otherwise support your goals, even if they otherwise can help you, even if you otherwise like their personality, for whatever reason, are they causing your energy to drain away or decrease every time you interact with them? I have some people in my life who I still love a lot, but are just like this, where I'm not going to spend as much time with them because I know for whatever reason, maybe it's just incompatibility or maybe it's like my own fault, but for whatever reason, interactions with them like don't necessarily leave me more energized. Like they don't always take away. I've got most of those like connections out of my life already, but they don't really add to my energy, or they blunt my energy a bit for whatever reason. And it's just you kind of have to do a bit of a ruthless calculus in your own mind. I can still love them. I can still respect them. I still enjoy my time with them when it does happen. But let's be more strategic about how often that does happen and how that's going to affect the rest of my life and my likelihood of achieving my goals. Because then you can, by allocating and being with them at a correct ratio in a way, again, at risk of sounding fucking transactional as hell, you can keep them as a supportive character in your life by shifting. It's not blaming them, it's by shifting the responsibility onto yourself. Like, how do I interact with this person so that I'm not disrespecting their time and their energy and them showing up for me, and we both get the most out of this situation? That's what I'm trying to say here. Like, always leading with compassion and understanding and then trying to work around it, right? Never disrespecting the person just because, their utility is not high enough. Like, that's a pretty shitty way to live. You're not going to feel that good. So technically it's a net negative in the end, right? It's more about alignment. Are they supportive in a pragmatic sense? And then if not, but I still like them as a person, how do we figure this out? And just a quick closing segment on how to figure this out, how to figure out whether your friends are supportive or not, is you kind of have to know, number one, you need to know at least the direction that you're going or the goals that you want to have. Otherwise, you will have no way of judging, no criteria to to evaluate your friendships against, because you don't know, like, if you don't know where your goal is, if you have no clarity on your direction, then how do you know if they're helping you get there or not? How do you know if they're increasing or decreasing your chances of arriving where you want to? Because you don't even know where you want to go. It's like you never set a fucking destination on Google Maps. You're just driving. You don't know if you're getting closer or further away. Technically, none of that is relevant. None of that exists because you never set a destination in the first place. Obviously, I get that that's the hard part, especially for a lot of young guys. I mean, I only say that just because that's the only experience that I know as a young man. Especially previously, I had no idea where the fuck I wanted to go anyways. That's a prerequisite. That's the first part. But what I want to say is, if you are not too sure on, exactly where you want to go in life, you don't have to figure out the entire fucking journey, the entire plan. You don't have to have the destination set. You can have a direction set. You can have, I want to head towards that direction and away from these other things. Right? That's good enough at the start. And then that leads us into step number 2, which is thinking about whether your friends match up to that or not, whether they increase or decrease your chances of getting there or going in that direction. And the key step here is actually taking time to do it. And secondly, being brutally honest with yourself and with them so that it's fair to yourself and to them, so that you're not disrespecting their time and your own. That's pretty much it for this one. It's more so just to pose that question, a bit of a reminder for all of us, and to cherish the friends in our lives that are pushing us towards our goals, and also to remember that and to be grateful for the fact that even if they do challenge you, even if they fucking sometimes piss you off, but if you know that it's out of love and respect and compassion and belief for you and your goals, and if you can do the same for them, then that is a healthy relationship. That is a really valuable, really, you should treasure those relationships. And thankfully, I have those in my life, and I hope you find them or build them or keep them in your life as well. So do the respectable thing and leave nothing unsaid. I'll see you very soon.